Hello everyone, this is Val. I'm at our West Palm Beach warehouse today, and today we're going to take a look at multi-item batch picking. This is one of the fundamental features when working with ShipHero. Anyone at your warehouse that's going to be doing picking is going to need to learn how to do this. Good news is it's very simple, easy to learn, and a few quick steps and you'll be on your way to picking. All right, so the first step for multi-item batch picking is you need to log into your mobile app. From here, you will go to the navigation bar on the left-hand side, and under the picking section, you'll see there's two options: multi-item batch picking and single-item batch picking. Now, I know you're curious what's single-item batch picking, but we're going to discuss that in another video. For this one, we're going to look at multi-item batch picking. So multi-item batch picking is very useful when you have orders with more than one product. Each tote, which we're going to go over, will have one order in it and can have multiple items. Now, you can pick one item orders with multi-item batch pick, but that is also where single item comes into use. When you start with your multi-item batch picking, it'll ask you a quantity of totes you're going to pick. This setting can be set by default for the user, but today we're going to do 25. You might be wondering why 25 totes? Well, as you'll see here on my cart, I have 25 totes. So this would be 25 orders, 5 rows of 5. You also see that these are very colorful. While the colors aren't mandatory, they definitely do help visually for your pickers, because when you're picking, you'll say red tote, so your eyes will go up to the red totes. It'll be much easier to find them. So this is just a good little trick when you're making your carts to have them color coordinated. It's not required, but it definitely helps. So we're going to do 25 totes, 25 orders, and we will start picking. So what you'll see here is ShipHero pulled a bunch of items for us to pick for these orders. You can track your progress up on top, but this is our main screen. You'll see how many you need to pick, what location to go to, an image of the item to make it clear you're looking at the right one. But of course, you're going to scan as well, and then how many you have on hand. All right, now that our batch has loaded, we're going to go to the first item. So I see my location here, A01, 01, 02. So we're going to go head on over there. When you get to your location, you want to scan the item. Make sure you have the right item. It's a good best practice. So let's scan that in. There you go. And now it's going to ask me to pick a tote. Since this is the first item that I'm picking, I really can go with any tote because none of the totes are full yet. So I'll just go over here, yellow 6. All right, I got my one item. It says that I've picked one. You're going to place it in the tote, and then you want to confirm I put it in the correct tote. Just double checking. You're going to scan again, which will save your pick. And now it's asking me to choose another tote for this same item. This is for another order, so it'd be a different tote. Let's go here. All right, it says pick one unit. It's going to have me scan it to confirm that it's the right item, and then confirm the tote. All right, now we'll go to our next item. So I'll look at our next location, A01, 01, 03, and it wants us to pick 4, which we actually can see here ahead of time, how many we'll need in total. I don't know yet which orders these are for, so this is why you want to follow the app. But we will grab our first one. But we could keep in mind that we're going to need 4 in total. We'll scan one in, make sure it's the right item. Sometimes items could look very similar, especially with t-shirts, and you don't want to grab the wrong one. So this is telling me to go to yellow 6, meaning this is for the same order as our first item was from. So we're just going to scan in yellow 6 to confirm it's the right tote. Perfect. Put that in there. All right, we're going to get 3 more of these. All right, we're going to pick a new tote. All right, it's asking me for 1. It's going to have me scan this in again. So I did the first scan when we went to the location to confirm it was correct, but now ShipHero wants to make sure I got the correct one the next time around too. Awesome. Gonna put that in our tote. Scan the tote to confirm. All right, now we're going to go back to this one. It will tell me which tote to go to. Scan the item, black 85. Confirm the item. And confirm the tote. And now we pick another one. I think you're going to get the hang of this. We'll go to yellow 36. Confirm the item. Put it in your tote. Confirm the tote. All right, now that we put all of our totes in totes, we're going to go pick our next item. All right, so ShipHero is guiding us to location A01, 02, 01. But let's play around a bit. Let's say I'm not paying attention and I try to scan another item. Remember, scanning is quite important here. So I go and I try to scan another tote. Because maybe I thought we needed 5. I don't know. What you'll see here is it'll say that there's no product matching. This is expected because we already picked all the totes that we needed. They're already in their totes. So we can put that back and move on and then go to the correct item and scan that in. So we are going to need 4. So this is telling us it has to go to yellow 6. It's for the same order with the tote and the snacks. But let's scan the wrong location and just see what happens. And you'll get an error. Why? Because you have to put it in the right location. This is why we want to scan. So you'll put this in yellow 6. It will save your pick. All right, let's go get another one. Gonna scan to confirm we got the right item. And it will tell us which one to put this in. And we repeat. Those that pick all day are very fast with this process, let me tell you. It's impressive. If you have the hero board set up, you can actually track how fast who the top pickers are. Kind of make a game out of it. I like games, personally. Yellow 36. All right. Okay, and we're going to go to another item. We got 25 orders to pick here. But before we move on, I just wanted to call out another thing you may have noticed here, progress. So we've been picking what looks like about 4 orders. If you go to the top right on the progress screen, you can actually see which totes you've already started picking in, what orders they're for, and other orders that you have left. This can be useful if, for example, you click out of something and you forget where you're supposed to put things. It's good to know that that option is there. There's also an option you'll see here with the 3 dots. Let's say I go to A01, 02, 02, and I notice there's no t-shirts in there. What you can do is click these dots and actually change the location and choose another location that will have this item. This will prevent you from being held up. You can go to another location and choose those t-shirts. Fortunately for me, there actually are t-shirts in here, so I don't need to do that today. But it's a good trick to know, just in case. All right, let's scan our t-shirt. All right, so we picked our shirt. So what happens if we try to just click and not scan in that we picked and confirm the tote? What will happen is you will get a message that will pop up on your screen that will ask you to put in your PIN number if you want to bypass a scan. Now you might be wondering, Val, why is there even a bypass? Well, sometimes you might have little pieces of paper that don't have barcodes that you will need a way to bypass it, but we don't want bypassing. We want to scan to confirm, so that's why we ask for a PIN. This will track that you did make sure you had the right item, you put in your PIN, and then you can pick and complete the tote without scanning. However, I have a barcode on my t-shirt here, so I'm just gonna scan it in and go through that process. So we'll scan this, put it in our location, and scan in our tote. All right, well, I'm gonna jump ahead and pick the rest of these items, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, that was all done. That was easy, right? Now we're going to hand this off to our packers and get these 25 orders out the door. We'll show you how to pack these in another video. Thank you so much for watching.